Okay.
So this is Jane. Hello, Jane.
Hi.
And if I recall, your question is about your career.
Relationship? I kind of got my career question answered. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I got a promotion and it's been what I've been wanting to do for a long time. So,
I'm gonna
um,
say I am a little surprised. You told me the last time we met you weren't going to go for the promotion.
it's a different geography. So it's more like Baltimore and South, like Philly and South, and not New York. So another position opened up south of here, which is I'm so excited.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So that wasn't me being intuitive. That was just me going off words you actually said to me.
Yes,
Although
indeed.
Although I do see you studying and learning, I do see that. Like I do see you like learning new skills and putting those in there, and that your frustration level can be really high at times. And that and this doesn't have anything to do with the job. This is more of a side learning experience you're having. Um, and that there's also some avenues. I feel like more people are going to come to you with the opportunity to expand some of the invention things that you have going on. I feel like there's a couple of people in the wings who are watching and thinking and might step forward in the next I'm hearing 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
Timing is always weird with intuition because there's no time in spirit. It's all now. It's all now. It's all happening now. Even if it happens 50 years from now, it's happening now. So like it's hard to pin down the timing on things because it's all happening now.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to pierce out what I know and what I don't know, right? I'm trying to listen to spirit because I know Jane in real life and we sit and we have these lovely chats with each other. So I know all these things about her. So it actually makes it harder to hear when you're working with somebody you know versus somebody you don't, because you're trying to parse through what you know versus what you're picking up in spirit, right?
Good.
And so in spirit and picking up on the energy, Jane, I see a number of heads that are like seated in front of you. And you're just like, I don't know if I want that head or if I want that head or if I want that head. Like, I mean, like actual physical heads. Like, I don't know if I want to pick up that person or if I want to leave them seated, right? Do I pick them up and make them like a part of this, or do I just leave them seated? And I feel like there's a bunch of people who are sort of flocking at the moment that you're just like, I don't know what I want. Like, I don't know if I want you. I don't know if I want you. I don't know if I want you.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, I feel like there are a lot of options in front of you, which is new because there weren't a lot
Right.
of options the last time I talked to you. And I feel like these new options that have come in they're offering each one of them. Okay, so they're different than what has been offered to you before. The level of individual who's walking in is a completely different level of individual. It's a completely different kind of person who's walking in.
It's so freaky that you know this stuff.
But the people who are standing in front of you that you have all these options from, they're not like each other either. Like one of them is really outgoing and extroverted and pulls you into scenarios that makes you feel a little overwhelmed at times. And then there's another one who he's really intense. He's like a thinker and he's like super into work and he's super into systems and he's just really intense. He's just really intense.
Yeah.
And there are times where you're with him, you feel overwhelmed by his knowledge and his intensity, and you feel a little like a butterfly under his like, I want to say he's like a bear or a fox, right? He's just intense.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like there's two more. One feels kind of squirrely. He just feels squirrely, like his brain is all over the place and he's all over the place. I feel like he has a motorcycle and you can't pin him down, and he's really hard to figure out a date with because he just can't figure out his calendar because he's got too much going on. He's just squirrely. And then I just heard nobody else matters. And I feel like for you, you feel a little overwhelmed by this. Because you are somebody who leads with your heart. And you lead with like wanting to be kind. And all of these options for you are like, what's best for Jane, right? Like, because there's a part of you that's like, I love adventurous. Like the squirrely guy, he's super adventurous. He's willing to do fun things, right? Like, and that's really exciting. And like, you know, you taught yourself to scuba dive and you broke your foot learning how to surf recently. Like you've done all these things that are really exciting. And so Squirrely shows you really exciting that could happen. Intense reminds you of your past. And so there's a part of you that's like, I don't know if I can trust that because there's intensity there. And I recognize intensity from before. And will it be the same way? Will it be the same? And I feel like, because this is what I know, right? This is what I know. This is not me walking in spirit. This is what I know. The last intense, you only got flowers when they wanted you to know they were being romantic. And you only got attention when they only wanted you to know those things. And I feel like this intense is he's just intense. Like I don't get any weird off of it. I just get intense, if you know what I'm saying. And I don't think that romance is calculated with this person. I don't think it's manipulative with this person. I think he does everything with intention. He is aware of what he's doing. He knows why he's doing it, and he is deliberate in his actions. It is not manipulative. It's, I feel this way. I want to do this thing. It's not, I want her to feel this way about me, so I'm doing this thing. Like with the previous person, it was you do these things because these are the rules you follow. With intensity, he's just intense, right? And so if that is great and you enjoy the overwhelm that he presents, right? I think what you see is what you get with him. He doesn't lie. He's a straight shooter. He's direct. He might be occasionally shocking and a little bit from the hip, like, whoa, where'd that come from? Because you weren't even on that plane and he just like blurts it out and you're like, whoa, I wasn't even there with you. Whoa, okay, right? Like, but that's just because he's intense and he's direct. I don't think he's playing a mind game at all. And I forget what I said about the first guy. Who was the first guy?
Squirrely.
No, Squirrely was the last guy. The first guy, there's Squirrely, there was intense, and then there was a guy before him. Well, if I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know if that was was that past stuff you were bringing up or not?
No. Oh, no. There's nobody in the past is worth really talking about. Because this level of caliber of individual who's come in is such a different level of caliber. They are going to lift you up. Like you're looking for something specific, and this caliber of individual will lift you up. Right? In
Sorry, my son was leaving. Bye, buddy. Love you.
He's going to his girlfriend's house.
Soccer game.
Soccer game. Girlfriend's house, soccer game.
Soccer game somewhere.
And I feel like ultimately what you're seeking is the person who gets you. And the person who wants to know you, and the person who wants to understand you, and the person who meets you where you are. The first guy, who I can't remember, I think he has the potential for that. The second guy will turn you into a study. He will learn everything about you. He will want to know everything. And then when you do something that's surprising, I think he'll want to learn more.
That's
Because
intensity.
that's his intensity.
That's the intensity.
And I think Squirrely, I don't know if Squirrely will get to know you. I
Okay.
think Squirrely's too busy like having his adventures and like trying to hold his own brain together and his own schedule together. I
Yeah.
don't know that he's gonna be like able to pull you in that way. To pull
Okay.
in your energy and know what to do with you. Like to know what to do with you, to know how to woo you and how to love you and how to know you. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's very knowable.
Yeah.
Squirrely. I don't know if he's very knowable because he's too ADD to like focus
Yeah.
on shit. That when you ask him a question, I'm not really sure he's really going to be able to give you an answer all the time
Yeah. Because he's squirrely.
because he's squirrely.
My gosh, you're like spot on with things. It's freaky to me. It's very freaky.
I'm okay with you being freaked out. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, because we haven't talked in like 2 months. It's been a while since we've seen each other.
Too long.
Too long. We have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Um, mm, and I think there's a level of you that's like, I don't know that I even want to figure it out.
Mhm.
I think there's a level of you that's like, this is too much. It's just too much work. It's too hard. This is like, it's pulling at me. It's pulling at them. It's pulling at my heart. Am I giving myself away? Am I giving too much of me away? I'm like, I've got all these things, these life things happening, like the promotion. And I just heard your son's a senior. Is he a senior
My older one is.
in college?
Yes.
The younger one's a junior
Freshman.
in high school?
College.
Oh, college. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay, okay, that makes sense. All right, my brain just kicked in. Okay, yep, I'm following. I'm following. So the I feel like you're in a space where you're like not an empty nester, but you're almost an empty nester, right?
Mhm.
You're not quite empty nested, but you know in a year or two you will be empty nested. And you're thinking, well, do I want to do this life alone or do I want to bring somebody in? But then you're like, I don't want what I've had in the past. I don't want anything that's ever looked like anything in the past. I want it totally different.
Mhm.
But then you're also like, can I live with a workaholic? Because that's what intense is, right?
Yes. Yes. He is. Yes.
Right. And then what happens
Yeah.
if he retires? Like, what does he do with his time? Does he stare at me the whole time because he's so intense that he looks to me to figure it all out? Right. Or does he become like, you become like a golf wife, right? Because he pushes all of his intensity to the golf course, right? Like, is that what he does with his intensity?
Hmm.
And I can't remember who the first guy is, so I'm gonna say he falls off. And with Squirrely, I think he's gonna make you nutty. Like he's just gonna he's gonna leave his shit all over the living room, right? Like he's gonna clutter up your space,
Yeah.
and he's going to. I think at times, I think his like, let's do this. No, wait, we can do this, or we can do this to the point that like he's gonna be on the go all the time. Like he's one of those people that just can't sit still.
Mhm.
And so there's a part of you that kind of likes that because you like to exercise, but there's also a part of you that's like, let's watch a movie, right?
Yeah.
And
I need an opposite. I need a yin and a yang. Yeah.
exactly. Mm-hmm. And I think both of them have good hearts.
Mhm.
I think both of them are of like I don't see anything nefarious or worrisome about them.
Mhm.
I feel like one of them is a teetotaler. Is intensity a non-drinker?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I actually am getting the possibility that Squirrely is a bit of a bit more
Correct.
a bit more than you would
Yes.
think. I think the amount that Squirrely consumes will make you uncomfortable.
Okay.
Um, does this help?
So bizarre. It's so bizarre how spot on you are. And I haven't talked to you. It's weird. It's weird. How do you know this stuff? There's weirdness here. And we're not even like together. Like
No,
it's
we're not.
like you
Yeah,
can feel it.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So now what does Janie do? Like, what's best for Janie? And Kim's not really comfortable telling Janie what she should do, right? Because Janie has to figure that out. But I think being able to step back and look at them as personalities gives you a better sense of who they are, rather getting sucked up into their energy when you're with them and how you feel and how it's a whirlwind and how you can't think when Squirrely is around. Like your brain sort of
Right.
falls out of your head and you can't even have a conversation because he's all over the place. He's just so tangential. It's just like boom, 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 idea, 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 idea,
Yeah.
right? And
Right.
intensity, you are just sucked into his like energy where it's like, whoa, how do you live?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and I know your brain is sweet and it's gentle and it's a little, I don't mean this in a mean way, but you're just a slow processor, right? You have to
Yeah.
take
I
things
figure. Yeah.
and you're sort of like a cow chewing its cud. You just sort of, you'll get there when you get there, right? Like you're
Yeah.
a thinker
Need
and
to
you're a,
process it. I
you
gotta
need to
process it all.
process it and ruminate on it. And right,
Hmm.
you just need time, right?
Yeah.
It's not, you're sort of like me in that, like I have a conversation with somebody and I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I get home and I'm like, no, 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 no. But when you're
Yeah.
with them, their energy just pulls you in and you're like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
you get home and you're like, no,
Whoa.
I don't want to do any of that. Like, why did I say yes to all of that? Right? Because you just need
Yeah.
time to process.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I'm going to be honest, I'm not really sure it's either one of these guys.
No, I don't think so either. I think somebody's out there though.
Oh, I know somebody is out there. And I can
Mhm.
definitely see him. I can see him. Actually, I normally don't see them, but I can like he kind of has like I don't know. I feel like he's got like brown curly hair. It's sort of fluffy.
Hmm. What color's his skin?
Um, I'm getting like a darker. I'm getting like he might be like of an Eastern, Asian, Indian, Middle Eastern kind of swarthy.
Wow. Wow.
Maybe it's
Interesting.
more salt and pepper considering his age, but no, I feel like I definitely am getting like brown, curly. I don't know. That's what I've got, but I could be completely wrong because I've never done that before. So yeah, have
Yeah.
to report back on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. You're amazing. You're absolutely amazing.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. All right. Any other
Yeah.
questions for me before we stop the recording?
No, but I know we don't have time, but I want to hear about your life. So I guess we have to do that.
Not
I want
on,
to hear about you.
not on camera.
No, not on camera. Not on
Not on
camera.
camera. So let me hit the end of the recording.